Madison. Welcome to Madison Laurel Yoga. We're going to be doing a how-to video today all about triangle pose. We're going to get you into the shape the right way, working from the ground up. We're going to be focusing on that theme, really every single how-to or tutorial, trying to focus on, starting right at the ground floor and then working your way all the way up to your fingertips and crown of your head. So to get started, triangle pose is great for balancing. It's really a lovely shape to feel your feet connected to the earth. It stretches your hamstrings beautifully and really reminds us to kind of engage through the front body because the back body is getting a really nice stretch. Also lovely stretch through the side waists. What else? It's just an all-around great standing pose. Some people like a pretty long stance in their triangle or Trikonasana, but I do a little bit shorter than warrior two. That's just me. So for warrior two, where you might be, here with a nice long stance, I usually, when I straighten that front leg, will bop that back foot in, maybe one heel toe. So to begin, we're working from the ground up. Your back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. The left toes, back toes, might be slightly turned in, but more or less parallel with the back edge of the mat. Now your front foot is perpendicular to the front edge of the mat. So you have, those front right toes pointing straight forward. Hey, Dio. And again, you might have a shorter stance for triangle than your warrior two. Make sure that you're playing around with it and seeing what works for you. Last thing with the feet, I want you to imagine a line drawing from your front heel all the way to your back foot. It should hit right at your middle arch, right at the very midpoint of your inner arch of your back foot, yeah? So we have strong legs here, straight legs, straight knees as much as you can, and then really engage through the quads. A lot of times people lock out through their front knee especially, and we're not really engaging through the quads very much. I want you to try to resist that. You hear yoga teachers sometimes say, lift the kneecap up in towards your thighs. Really, just squeeze. Engage and flex through your quadriceps to feel that that's protecting through the hamstrings, yeah? Same thing with your glutes. Engage through your glutes. Feel that nice and firm. So for triangle, we're gonna work from the ground up. We have our feet done, our legs done. Let's start at the hips now. I want you to pull your back left hip all the way towards the back of your mat, which in turn is creating a little crease here at your right inner hip. And that's where you're gonna start to hinge forward from. So you're feeling your left hip being pulled behind you, straight legs, firm feet, lift up through those knees and thighs. Your arms can come into a T, and you're gonna start to hinge from the side waist, forward, forward, forward. Reaching and lengthening your right ribs as much as you can. And then the right bottom hand will just kind of fall wherever the shoulder lands. So if you are here with the right shoulder, try not to reach forward more with the fingertips. Just let your arm kind of hang down from that shoulder joint. If you have a block, it might be really nice to grab a hold of a block and have that elevated kind of lift of the bottom hand. What I like to do always is place my top left hand on my bottom ribs just for a moment. I'm grabbing my right ribs and I'm pulling my chest open. I'm pulling that bottom waist forward to feel a little bit more space in the front body. Chest is open. The top left arm will just reach up towards the sky, towards the sun, so bright today. And I'm really thinking about lifting the kneecaps. I'm thinking about stacking my left hand wrist on top of my left shoulder, on top of my right shoulder and right wrist. Another thing here, this right shoulder always wants to bob forward. My Zoom yoga students will hear me say that a lot. So I want you to pull your right shoulder away from your right ear, creating space along your upper trap. More space in between the right ear and right shoulder, yeah? Maybe feeling a little bit of a lift up through the inner arches of the feet. Let's hold for one more breath. Close your ribs on the exhale. Good, and then to come out of it, you might engage through your obliques and lift up, or you can cartwheel the hands down. And that is your triangle pose. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you had any other questions for Trikonasana in this how-to video. I'd love to answer them. Feeling that nice stretch of the hamstrings, make sure you do both sides. You might just do a little switcheroo Again, working from the ground up, that's a really nice principle to have throughout your yoga practice. Subscribe to my channel. Please make sure to hit the bell button so that you get all the notifications when I upload new content. And I'll see you next time. Namaste.